Hi, I'm Dakota with Contrary Investors Cafe. Today we're here with Michael Schuss, President and CEO of Canadian International Minerals. Michael, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
Always a pleasure to go.
So what's been going on with Canadian International here this summertime season when all the exploration happens?
Well, right now we're getting ready. It's quite a permitting process that we're completing right now on a road to go work on the Carbo project. We had some targets that were defined from actually 2 years ago now to supplement the small amount of drilling that we had done up here, this being Spectrum's property right up in here. This is basically, we're bringing in a road that's going to follow up through all of these anomalies here, and this will be our prime target for 2011.
So this airborne radiometric survey, it seems like this is your beacon. This is your guiding light in terms of where you need to go drill and explore, correct?
Well, this is a very effective tool. Obviously, you got to look at Spectrum did all of their drilling on their known carbonatites here. They did not have this airborne survey, so we have the benefit of knowing what their deposit looks like on the radiometrics. So we have obviously got other targets here. We do know that these are carbonatites here, but they've never seen any drill holes or exploration. Really, we were limited by our water access last year for the drilling in here. The interesting thing was hole 6 is what we would call our discovery hole, was really the only hole that went into the actual radiometric anomaly. So that proves the theory quite effectively.
This past fall, when Canadian International drilled out these areas and explored there, we saw some enthusiasm in the share price, and it strikes me here because this looks like it's about 5% or less of the overall areas here that you're going to be exploring.
This is yes, we've done. This has all been covered now with a soil geochem grid with augers. So we have. There is some soil development in here that sort of masks some of the bedrock, but when we put the row, or the access trail as the government wants us to call it, we should be able to uncover some of the bedrock in there, that being the hope that put the road right through them, we'll get.
So now when we're looking at this, what are the best areas, according to your experience here, that you guys are going to be drilling here based on the...
Well, this measures very, and I don't want to scare people because there is very low level radiation that is associated with rare earth deposits. One of the things though at Carbo and at Wichita are the fact that uranium and thorium are extremely low. So this is actually measuring it in what we'd call parts per million or grams per metric ton. So when you really look at it, the highs might have about 35 grams. The lows are down to 6. Probably this would be up there with the average granite countertop. So if all you people out there are scared of radiation, stay away from big granite.
Stay away from the granite countertop.
So, yeah. So anyways, but it is a very effective tool for us to follow up on. So we have done the geochem in here. So the next part is to move the roads in. There is a misconception that this was our best target last year and the project's blown up and it's over and finished, but this is really the big show is here.
Yeah, and the strongest readings are occurring over here.
Yeah, the pink is the high, the blue is going low, so basically these are all the radiometric highs in here, and these being low, so we're not interested in any of these.
Yeah. So there's a strong resemblance here between the readings here and Spectrum's discovery over there. Just for people watching who are not familiar with what they found, what's the size of this discovery?
Right now, this is still open. Spectrum is a private company. But they've come up with an in-house drill indicated resource of about 11.2 million tons of 2.3% total rare earth oxides. Tony Mariano has done the mineralogy on their drill core, plus he's done the mineralogy on us, so we have we got quality material. I don't think people realize the significance of going 1,000 meters away from where they drilled, drilling a drill hole about that thick and hitting carbonatite in all 9 holes.
Yeah.
We got extremely good results. I'll stand by it. I mean, people go look at our stock price and say, well, if it's so good, why is it trading that way? But that's just the way it goes.
So, Mike, when we look out over the next few months here, as you add in the roads, there's another map under here that I really want you to walk us through, and it makes so much sense when we start by looking at this.
Yeah, look at this, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, this is basically the same map. This is where we drilled last year. This is basically where Spectrum had done their drilling. The red is already existing road. This is our access trail for the drill and everything. As you can see, this will connect all of our targets. That big radiometric anomaly has some pretty good soil numbers also in there. So this is our A target. B is just up in here, C and D. So we will get to all 4 of these targets this year.
Now, so these areas had the strongest readings on that electromagnetic.
Yeah, on the radiometric survey, and also we ground-proofed a lot of it with soil geochem.
Yeah.
So there is barium is an effective one, strontium is an effective one, lanthanum, neodymium, cerium, the usual ones. We got some good kicks on all of that.
Yeah. Now, so what's the plan here? You're going to add in these roads.
Yeah.
There's a water access, so you're going to be able to drill.
Yeah.
You have done some light drilling over here, but I mean, when's this going to happen? When can we?
We effectively we're looking at with the contractor, which is McLeod Lake Indian Fans Construction Company. They are scheduled to start January or July 15th. Probably to get to here will probably be 2-3 weeks. So reasonably, I would say we will be drilling sometime in early August. And once we start drilling in August, we'll keep going right to the end of the season.
Oh wow! So the road's going to get built, going to get the drills in, and then start hitting these targets.
So we are anticipating, because we know that these are quite large carbonatite units, have seen a little bit of work done. They've got some good geochem numbers and everything. The idea being with our access going through is that we're going to expose fresh bedrock and possibly more carbonatites. I mean, these targets, carbonatites come in fields. We know that we're going to be getting carbonatite units. We've already got in this creek bed, there's carbonatites about in here. There's been here. We found a lot of carbonatite in situ all up in here. So we know that this is a bona fide good target, and it's got size potential.
You know, this really looks like, Michael, something that is just exciting to look forward to, because as we saw on the last map, you've only explored a tiny amount of this area here.
Well, this is the excitement that I think that we got a bit last year. I think maybe the internet chat lines got a little ahead of themselves, but at the same time, this is a bona fide new target. All of this is, we're not re-drilling something that's seen 100 drill holes like some of the companies that we're competing against. So any kind of success here this year will be a bona fide, brand new, potentially large deposit.
Now, Mike, there's another item I wanted to ask you about here, and that is the action that we saw in the share price last fall after this discovery. It's most likely people that barged into the stock, know nothing about exploration, and therefore maybe have taken off. And as we've discussed, off the air, this is a time, it seems like, when a stock becomes depressed, that the smart money goes in and cleans it all up.
In my 30 years of the business, and I worked on the trading floor of the old Vancouver Stock Exchange in the 80s, early 80s, and it's just the market goes to sleep this time of year. It's sell in May, go away is really true in the junior mining thing. Then about the second week in August, people start anticipating there's a big backlog of news. I mean, we're working too on our Prairie Lake property and Dead Horse Creek. We've got a lot of news that's going to be generated from that. Once this gets going, we're really coming into September. Everybody knows, hey, there's going to be a lot of news coming, not just for us, but for other junior companies. And that's important, why, to get going early in the season, which is what we've done.
Yeah.
I will add one thing on speculating in junior mining stocks and us. We are a junior mining company. We are a speculation. I think that I could give some advice to some of the people that I talked to after the share price collapse that you should really know what you're getting into. Some of the people, you know, you can just open up a brokerage account now and go buy anything, and the suitability for some people, you know, we are a junior speculative mining company, so you know, I just don't phone me up and say you're, you know,
and
thought you bought it.
And don't mortgage your house.
Yeah, don't mortgage your house,
yeah.
And don't take grandma's money when your inheritance, like one guy did. But
all right, well, in wrapping up, Mike, for people watching, where can they go to find out more about Canadian International and follow this news that you guys are going to be releasing throughout the summer?
Well, we've got, we'll come to your website. Yeah. But our website is www.cdnintlminerals.com. And
Michael
we've got
Schuss,
a pretty good website, I think.
President and CEO, Canadian International Minerals. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Dakota.